At shortstop from Vanderbilt, number 3, Riker
Sunday night baseball. Where else would you rather be than the Mariners Radio Network? We welcome you into Doran Park here in Bourne. The first time we've made our way out to Bourne on the 2025 summer in the Cape. Alongside my partner Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. Gino, both of these teams coming to this ball game tonight, losers in 3 consecutive ball games. Something's got to give.
Yeah, it's like I said in the pregame, if you haven't followed our social media accounts yet, you should go ahead and do it. There's some great content. But in our Trident Talk on social media, I said 3 losing streaks coming in, one team leaving a little bit happier than the other, and so both teams sitting at second to last in their respective divisions. The Mariners dropped to below 500 yesterday with a loss to Orleans, so both teams trying to right the ship. And for the Mariners, if you're a fan of the team, obviously, you know one way to make that difference is an offensive production night here at Bourne.
We'll be back with the first pitch and starting lineups after this on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local...
Welcome back to Bourne. We're just minutes away from first pitch. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. The home of the Brave is right, or should I say Braves, following a nice national anthem performance here by a local Bourne fan of the Braves. Let's start with the starting lineups. Leading off, the away team managed by Steve Englert, the Harwich Mariners. They're leading off with Bristol Carter playing right. Harrison Feinberg, the designated hitter, continues to climb in this order. He's hitting second today. The everyday Maddox Maloney hitting third, but also playing third base. In the cleanup position, Matt Conti, who's catching. Jake Coonan bumped up to fifth after a 2 extra base hit game last night. He's playing second. 6, 7, and 8 goes like this. Tanner Marsh at short, Kyle Wolf at first base, Nico Brini in left field. Rounding out the order and hitting ninth is Trey Broussard. They'll have their hands full against the right-hander out of Rutgers, starting for the Braves, Zach Konstantinovsky. The defense for Bourne behind Konstantinovsky. In the outfield going left to right, Gavin Kelly. In center, Nick Groves. In right, Logan Hughes. At third base is Braden Holcomb. Riker Waite, the Vanderbilt product, playing short. The middle infield connection is paired up with the second baseman, Ryan Cooney. And playing first base, Cade Lewis. The battery connection behind the plate, Campbell Smithwick. Gino, what do you know about Konstantinovsky?
Making his third appearance this summer on the mound. The Rutgers product with a 5.40 ERA through 2 games. Has pitched for 3 1/3 innings so far. Has given up 2 earned runs as well as 3 hits. this park favors the pitchers, so the pitchers have the advantage because of the dimensions of the field as well as the wind. So it's definitely going to be a pitching duel is what we expect here this evening.
A pitching duel, but two guys who haven't been great in the Cape. The starter for the Mariners, the right-hander Troy Dressler. Remember, Troy came in the Wareham game last week, went 1 1/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. And then you look back to that, whether it was a week ago yesterday in Orleans, kind of when this losing skid, or at least slumping skid, really started to happen for the Harwich offense specifically.
And don't get me wrong, they had a good win against Wareham the next day. The Gatemen were on a 4-game winning streak, and then they took them down in the bottom of the ninth. Bristol Carter, the guy up to bat right now, scored the game-winning run. So they had a big-time win, but you're right, Luke, that was when things started to change. The offense really came to a standstill. And so we'll see if they can change it here today.
Carter digs into the right-handed batter's box. Bristol been slumping as of late. The Mariners just 10 combined hits in their last 3 games. First pitch, right down the middle with a fastball, strike one looking. Konstantinovsky, Gino mentioned, making his 3rd start of the summer in the Cape, has only pitched 3 1/3 innings. The 6'2" right-hander out of Rutgers sets and fires the 0-1. That's away, 1-1. Interesting with Konstantinovsky, he did not pitch in 2025 at school, battling through some injuries, but back out here in the Cape. The 1-1, way upstairs, look out. Bristol Carter able to get out of the way, 2-1.
We've seen Carter hit that move a few times where a pitch comes inside and he just leans backwards like he's doing the limbo.
The 4th of July limbo challenge, we've been talking about it. 2-1, finds the bottom of the zone.
You've been fired up to do that, Luke.
I know. Got to prove to you that I'm somewhat of an athlete, you know. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Mariners' leadoff hitter here in Bourne. A glorious 80-degree and sunny night for some Sunday night baseball. The 2-strike pitch is just tipped foul. 2-2. What is it going to take to get Bristol Carter going, Gino?
He's just got to be on time with these pitches. A lot of these ones that he's fighting off, he's just getting a piece of them.
Crushes this one down the third base line. Foul. That was just about a foot foul of the third base bag. Braden Holcomb, the third baseman, had no chance if it would have snuck inside. But back-to-back fouls keep this a 2-2 count for the leadoff hitter in Bourne tonight. The Mariners coming off a tough one where they fell 4-3 at White House Field to the Orleans Firebirds, already 0-2 against Orleans this summer. The 2-2 again, swing and a miss, strike 3. First batter of the game, Carter, is rung up on strikes. Konstantinovsky, a nice start.
Yeah, Carter's been struggling in the strikeout category. He's now got 6 strikeouts in his last 4 games.
Here's Harrison Feinberg. We mentioned he played against Falmouth for the first time. He started the first 3 games of the season. Then we hadn't seen him since Falmouth, which was 2 nights ago. Started last night, and now he's all the way up to 2nd in the order. He waves over top of a first pitch breaking ball, 0-1. But he's not producing as he continues to climb in the order. 0 for 3 last night. He walked and struck out twice. So maybe this is just one of those decisions from the manager, Steve Englert. Push a guy up, try and change the mojo a little. Back-to-back swinging strikes. He finds himself behind 0-2.
Well, we find ourselves talking a lot, Luke, about his numbers this past year at Northeastern, and this is a guy that can clearly make contact, and I think Englert knows that. He's just trying to give Feinberg as many opportunities.
The 0-2 barely misses off the outside corner. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Greenwich, Connecticut kid was ranked the number 2 outfielder in Connecticut coming out of high school, and then paired that with a dominant career at Northeastern. Trying to get things going on the Cape. The 1-2. Liner up the middle, and it's into center for a hit. There's a good sign. Muscled away a jam shot right up and in on the hands. And with 1 out, the Mariners have their first hit of the game. And as Feinberg gets comfortable at first base, here's Maddox Maloney at the plate.
That's a big-time confidence booster. Just Feinberg's 2nd hit of the summer. And you just like to see guys like that finally watch the ball go through the hoop.
Here's the Mariner that leads the team in hits. Maddox Maloney digs in for a righty-righty matchup, shows bunt, pulls it away on a fastball up and outside, 1-0.
Feinberg can steal bases as well, so keep an ear out for that as well.
Both of these teams reeling right now. Losers in 3 consecutive ball games. Whoever wins tonight, the Mariners can get back to 500. They're 1 game below. The Bourne Braves are 4-7-1. So just trying to get something going, create a spark in front of the home crowd, then league-wide off day tomorrow. The 1-0. That's up and away again. 2 balls and no strikes. Gino, we had a long conversation in the car ride up here to Bourne. What is the issue? Where are we pinpointing some of these offensive struggles? And we think it's just a matter of getting comfortable. Because these guys
for sure.
killed the ball in college in some of the best conferences. The 2-0, that's outside. 3-0 to Maloney.
They've struggled a lot against the fastball, and that's something that the coaching staff notices. And you also have to keep in mind a lot of these guys have been playing for some time now.
3-0 is a fastball down the middle, so Konstantinovsky gets on the board. 3-1. 1 out, runner at first is Feinberg.
But like I was saying, these guys came straight from the college season into the summer.
Feinberg back in as Konstantinovsky checks on him. Remember, Harrison Feinberg led Northeastern with 37 stolen bases in the 2025 collegiate season. They check on him again. Almost got him, but just back in time. Feinberg on the dive.
But like I was saying, so obviously all of the guys here on the Cape are coming from their college seasons, but you have to keep that in mind. Some of these guys went longer into their college seasons than others. Didn't get much of a break.
For the 3rd consecutive disengagement, the throw over to Feinberg is not in time. 1 on, 1 out. Maloney the batter in a 3-1 count. Top of the 1st, no score at Doran Park. Not a cloud in the sky. The 3-1 is outside, ball 4. Maddox Maloney with a walk after the Feinberg hit, and the Mariners might have something going in the top of the 1st. No better time to break out and get a hit that we know he's been looking for quite some time for the catcher hitting cleanup, Matt Conti.
Conti's been all right so far. He's got 5 hits. He's batting a .208. But like you said, he just has another level he can reach for sure that we're waiting for him to break through.
First pitch to Conti is a fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. Conti, a very fun guy. Always has words for us, always messing with us, giving us a hard time. Just a pleasure to be around overall. The catcher out of Wake Forest. 2 on, 1 out. They check on the runner. Feinberg gets second. And back in time just narrowly once again. They were messing with Feinberg over at first base, but this time it was the second baseman Ryan Cooney who tried to pull a fast one and creep up behind the second base bag. But Konstantinovsky's throw just a little bit too late. 0-1 the count to Conti. The pitch. Low, 1-1.
I have to say, Luke, I think this might be the best uniform matchup we have seen so far this summer.
Sure.
The Braves rocking the crispy white uniforms with the red accents. The Mariners rocking the baby blues and red.
1-1. Nails the outside corner. Conti didn't like it, but he's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 1st in Bourne, Massachusetts. My first time being here, Gino, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a nice ballpark, a very open area. Back towards the campus of the school back here. The 1-2 is a flare into right. Coming in as the right fielder, Hughes. He's underneath in the shallow outfield, so Feinberg can't tag from second. Just like that, there's 2 outs, still 2 on. For the Mariners, swinging the hottest bat as of late, the Princeton product, Jake Coonan.
There's been a lot of times where the Mariners have had a couple of guys on the base paths and a hit like that where it's just a routine out, and rather than an out that advances the runners, and that's bitten the Mariners a couple of times in the rear end.
2 on, 2 out, no score in the top of the 1st. Jake Coonan homered last night and had a double in the 9th inning. He takes a first pitch strike down the middle. Remember last night, If you weren't tuned in on Cape League TV, Coonan doubled, advanced to third with just 1 out, trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 9th, but a grounder to third doubled up Coonan at the plate. Then they threw to first and tagged out Sam Harris. What a heartbreak in Harwich it was. But Coonan can continue to swing a hot bat here in Bourne with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the first. 0-1 the count. Konstantinovsky set from the stretch and deals. Swing and a miss. Coonan's behind 0-2.
Was well ahead of that breaking ball there. Just dipped to the outside.
Konstantinovsky has been bothered by the runners on base, but trying to strand him here. The 0-2. Outside with the fastball, 1-2. Coonan grabs up on the thicker part of the barrel of his bat, wipes it down. Steps out of the box and now back in. Maloney at first, Feinberg at second. It was a hit from Feinberg, a walk from Maloney. The 1-2. Up high, way out of the zone. No problem with the take there from Coonan. 2-2. On deck is the shortstop, Tanner Marsh, if we get there. Harwich looking to strike first in the first inning. And they have Feinberg in a rundown. A nice pickoff move. Feinberg was already moving, and they tag him out in between second and third base. Poor base running continues into Sunday night for the Harwich Mariners. And Jake Coonan will lead off the second inning after leaving that at-bat on the out on the base pass and a 2-2 count. So no score after the top of the first. We'll be back with the Mariners starter and the lineup for Bourne on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game,
Poor base running costs the Mariners once again after last night ending the game with a runner at third with 1 out on a double play. On a inning-ending double play that just resulted in 2 pickles, an awkward way to lose. The Mariners have a runner in scoring position in the top of the first, and the Bourne Braves get Harrison Feinberg in a rundown, so no score, and we enter the bottom half. The lineup for the Braves: Riker White playing short, hitting second, the right fielder Logan Hughes, third, the designated hitter and new Brave Kuhi Aloy, the cleanup Cade Lewis at first, 5, 6, and 7 is Braden Holcomb at third, Campbell Smithwick the catcher, and Gavin Kelly in left. 8 and 9, Ryan Cooney at second, and Nick Groves in center field. The starter for the Mariners, Troy Dressler, with the battery connection with another Wake Forest guy behind the plate, Matt Conti. First pitch, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Dressler went an inning and a third, gave up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, but it was mainly sparked on 3 walks to start the inning. Back-to-back fastballs down the middle put him ahead of the Vanderbilt shortstop, Waite.
Nice, beautiful day here on Cape Cod. This thing I love about the weather is it can change.
The 0-2 is a weak jam shot towards third base, caught out of the air from Maddox Maloney for out number 1. Complete domination in the first at-bat. Dressler gets the best of Wade.
Now batting from Texas Tech, number 14, Logan Hughes.
So with one on, the second hitter in the Braves order, the right fielder Logan Hughes. This is a guy who floods the stat sheet with some serious pop. He had a solo homer on opening day when these two teams saw each other for the first time. First pitch on the outside corner with a fastball, 0-1. Dressler throwing strikes tonight early. That's a very good sign. He kicks and fires. The 0-1 fouled straight back. He's ahead of back-to-back hitters, 0-2.
And that first at-bat was so important for Dressler, just to get his feet wet after a little bit of a shaky performance last time out. Nice job from him.
2-strike pitch. Got him swinging with the high cheese. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. His first strikeout, 2 down in the first inning. And for the first time this summer, here's Kuhi Aloy.
Arkansas, number 25, Kuyo Aloy.
Kuyo Aloy, the first time we've seen him face off against the Mariners this summer. Did not play on opening day. Had a solid year at Arkansas this past school year.
First pitch, a fastball right on the outside corner. There's no other way to describe it than that. Dressler is painting the corners of the strike zone. Nothing that the Braves hitters can do but lay off. 0-1 the count, righty-righty matchup. Popped him up in the infield. The third baseman Maloney calls everybody off about 4 steps away from the bag, now in the infield grass, and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down, domination, and a good start for Troy Dressler. No score after 1 on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
They all came in the...
A scoreless first inning here in Bourne, Massachusetts, on just the border of the Cape. Legitimately less than, I'd say, 1/4 of a mile from the bridge, Gino. We passed it on our exit to get into the ballpark tonight. No score after 1. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Harwich. That's Coonan, Marsh, and Wolf. Jake Coonan was actually in the right-handed batter's box in a 2-2 count, drawing out a solid at-bat in the top of the first with 2 on and 2 out. But the starting pitcher for the Braves, Zach Konstantinovsky, picked off the lead runner, Harrison Feinberg, at second. So Coonan will kick off the second inning. No score. Coonan had 2 of the 3 Mariners hits last night. We mentioned the big fly in the second inning. Played the first 2 runs of the game. First pitch swinging and a foul down the right field line. Gino, last night, you're a very optimistic guy, a good guy to be around, a fan,
I appreciate
some would say, of this Harwich team. You get along with all the guys. But from a critical approach, as Coonan spits on a high breaking ball 1-1, what were your main takeaways of the game?
The same takeaways I've had the last few games, and I think that's just the offense needs to start clicking.
Swinging a foul right over our heads behind home plate. Kunin's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You're not going to win with 3 hits most of the time. Now, I say that because the Mariners almost won with 3 hits yesterday. But, no, this is a team that relies a lot on their defense, which is fine. But when you have one guy getting 2 hits.
Check swing. He didn't go around. Just barely on the 1-2. That evens the count at 2-2.
Kunin had a great game yesterday. But there was also a few errors that cost runs. If those errors didn't happen on the defensive side for the Mariners, Harwich would have taken that game.
With 3 hits. That's how good this pitching has been. Top 3 in the league with earned run average. A foul chopped at the plate. Kunin another good at-bat, but this one will be the first one that's actually recorded in the stat sheet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Jake Kunin, the second baseman for Harwich, leading off the second inning of action at Bourne Park. 2-2. Low and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And the final play yesterday was just an unfortunate thing that happened. I mean, Kunin running down to home, just a baseball play, thought that ball was going to get through. Could he have lasted a little bit long in the pickle? Probably.
Payoff pitch. Jam shot foul. Kunin's been a little bit late on the high heat, but staying alive. Yeah, and like you said, Gino, it was unfortunate. A contact play. Harris put the ball in play with 1 out and a runner at third, and he hit it hard the other way. Harris, a left-handed hitter. But bad fortune can bite you. Payoff again. This one's going to stay in the yard, drifting down the right field line, and the wind continues to push it into foul territory. Not much room. It hits the ground foul. Jake Kunin really making Konstantinovsky work.
This is a good at-bat for Kunin. Coming off of a game yesterday, you talked about it. On an individual level. Also on a team level, too, because you see a guy like that starting to make big-time contact. You start feeling that momentum yourself. And hopefully some of the top guys on this team, like Carter, Maloney, right, Breeny, they start getting some contact and getting on base as well.
Payoff. Check swing. Ball 4 low. Nice at-bat from Jake Kunin. The Mariners have a leadoff base runner in the top of the second. So after a long, hard-fought walk from Kunin, making his second start of the summer, the shortstop for Harwich, Tanner Marsh. Marsh had the third of 3 total hits in the game last night, an RBI single in the bottom of the 7th. That cut the Orleans lead from 4-2 to 4-3. And that was the final. First pitch, swing and a pop-up down the right field line. Similar spot to Kunin's foul. The right fielder Hughes going over. And it's out of play, 0-1.
Windy day here at Bourne. You can hear it picking up on our microphones.
Tanner Marsh is a rising sophomore at Liberty. Hit .294 for average, just a pure contact hitter. Really no power numbers to highlight. But finds holes in the infield, a good infielder. 0-1's fouled back. He's behind no balls and 2 strikes. Comes from a baseball family, though. All 3 of his brothers played in college. Favorite player is Derek Jeter. The 0-2. Outside. The pitch gets away from the catcher Smithwick. Advancing from first to second on the dive at the bag is Jake Kunin. So Kunin, some alert base running as the ball spit away from Smithwick. And the Mariners have a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the top of the second. That one will be ruled a passed ball. One that Campbell Smithwick, the catcher, wants back. Kyle Wolf on deck. An RBI threat for the Mariners, but right now it's Marsh. The 1-2 is driven out to right center. Back is Logan Hughes. He makes the head-high catch, but it was deep enough for Kunin to easily tag at second base. That's good baseball. A nice piece of hitting from Marsh. Advances Kunin from second to third. And a runner just 90 feet away with 1 out. Here's the first baseman, Kyle Wolf.
And that's what I was exactly talking about in the top of the first, right? We had Matt Conti with a little bit of a flub shot into shallow right. it wasn't enough to advance the runners, and so it's almost as bad as a strikeout, right? Because you get an out and you don't get the runners in scoring position. That time, Marsh doing that exactly.
So a righty-righty matchup with a runner at third and 1 out in a scoreless ball game in the top of the second. The first pitch to Wolf. That's outside, 1-0. Kyle Wolf had an off day yesterday, but he's been one of the guys in this order that can drive runners in. He leads the team, or is at least tied for the lead with D. Kennedy with 4 runs batted in. 1-0. Right down the middle with a fastball, 1-1. The Mariners, they play small ball whether they like it or not. That's just the style that they've adopted through now 12 games this summer. Get them on, get them over, get them in. They won't blow you away with the power, just 2 total home runs on the season. A check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did Wolf go around? No. The appeal went down to the first base umpire, Silvio Martinez. He said Wolf's just fine. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Kyle Wolf looking to knock in his 5th RBI of the summer. Konstantinovsky gets the signal, kicks and fires. This one's driven out to right. Hughes underneath. Set up to tag as Kunin, he does. The throw comes to the plate. And standing and scoring with ease is Jake Kunin. An RBI sacrifice fly plates the first run of the ball game in the top of the second for Harwich. They lead 1-0.
Now batting from Woodford, number 4, Nico Brini.
I know it's early, Gino, but if there's a guy that I could hand select in this Mariners order with a runner at third with 1 out to just put the ball into the outfield and knock in a run, it might just be Kyle Wolf.
You're absolutely right. Tanner Marsh, though, give him some credit as well.
Nico Brini hitting 8th today. Spits on a slider at the shins, 1-0. So some speed at the very bottom of the Mariners order. Brini in left and Trey Broussard in center. 8th and 9th in the order. Fastball inside. Brini finds himself ahead 2-0. Nobody on. 2 out, 1 in the top of the second here in Bourne. The 2-0. Chopped at the plate, foul, 2-1.
Yeah, Brini hitless in his last 3 games. A few walks in there, but, you know, he's itching to get on off of a hit.
When he's on, he can do some damage. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. What I mean by damage is he leads the team in stolen bases with 4. You look at guys like him, Bristol Carter, Trey Broussard. The issue is just getting on base. That's when they're the most effective. The 2-1 hit him in the foot, so that's one way to do it. The Mariners have a 2-out base runner.
Now batting from Houston, number 3.
You can hear from the third base side dugout from Bourne, runner, runner. That's signaling to this Bourne defense, specifically the catcher Campbell Smithwick, that Brini over there at first base can steal bags. Here's another runner in the left-handed batter's box, Trey Broussard. They check on Brini immediately at first. He's back in time. A lot of speed in the Mariner order tonight. Carter with speed, Feinberg with speed, Kunin with speed, Brini and Broussard, the 2 fastest as of this summer. The first pitch, fouled right back, 0-1.
If you ask Broussard, though, he says that he's faster than Brini. We asked if him and Brini raced, who would win, and both of them actually said that Broussard would probably get the upper hand.
Well, Brini's the one on first base right now. Konstantinovsky checks on him. He dives head first, back in time. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 on, 1 in. The Mariners up by a score in the top of the second inning. The pitch. That's low, 1-1. There is not a qualified hitter hitting over 240 for average in this Mariners lineup right now. Really looking for someone to break through. As of late, it may be looking like Jake Kunin. He scored on a walk earlier this inning. Runner goes, fastball inside, throw down to second. It doesn't get much better than that. Smithwick throws him out on a laser to Riker Waite. A nice tag that Gino could have made. That's out number 3. Broussard will lead off the 3rd inning for the Mariners, but they score 1. Playing some small ball, and the Mariners have a lead after an inning and a half. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The Mariners strike first in Bourne. It's a 1-0 game after an inning and a half. We welcome you into Doran Park here on the Mariners Radio Network. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. It was small ball in the top of the 2nd. Jake Coonan reached on a walk, advanced to 3rd
now batting from Wake
after a stolen bag, and then Marsh advanced him from 2nd to 3rd with a fly out to right, and a Kyle Wolf sacrifice fly brought him home. So 1-0 the count, 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Braves. Stepping into the left side, here's Cade Lewis. First pitch is drilled towards left center. Trey Broussard has a beat on it. He is underneath and makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 2nd for Troy Dressler. He's in a groove.
Have yet to see a home run here at Doran Park this summer. Maybe today's the day.
Well, today might not be the day because the wind is violently blowing in directly from center field.
Got to put some juice on it.
I mean, you'd have to clobber one to hit it out there. It's 395 dead center where Broussard is. Here's Braden Holcomb. First pitch fastball is low, 1-0. Troy Dressler got out of the first inning with ease. 2 pop-ups to the 3rd baseman Maloney, struck out Logan Hughes, the best hitter in this lineup. Already miles better than the last inning and 3rd he pitched for Harwich. Swinging strike 1 evens the count at 1-1. Braden Holcomb, a rising junior at Vanderbilt. There's a couple Vandy guys on this Bourne Braves team. The 1-1. Fouled right back, 1-2. He's a returner to the Cape Cod Baseball League and a returner to the runner-up Bourne Braves. Last summer hit .333 for average in 36 games, knocked in 25 runs, hit 3 home runs. The story with the Bourne Braves is this team, summer in and summer out, can hit.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter.
1-2. Chopped, foul, 3rd base side.
Yeah, and so far this summer as well, they're 3rd on the Cape in hits, but it's bringing guys across that they've struggled with. They're tied with Harwich for the 2nd fewest amount.
Hit 9 homers at Vanderbilt throughout the college season. He's behind to a Wake Forest pitcher, Troy Dressler. Dressler only saw 2/3 of an inning of action the entire year at Wake. Strike 3 swinging. Fastball right down the middle. Dressler served it up, and Holcomb couldn't hit it. That's his 2nd strikeout of the night.
Yeah, so far an excellent response from Dressler after his last performance, just showing the confidence and the command on the mound as well. He's been working through this Bourne team like clockwork.
Here's the catcher that ended the top of the second inning when he caught Nico Brini stealing. Campbell Smithwick takes a first pitch strike. He's behind 0-1. Smithwick is from Oxford, Mississippi, went to Oxford High School, and now plays college at Ole Miss, which is in Oxford. That's a pretty good story. The 0-1. Foul. 0-2.
Yeah, I think that guy likes his hometown, you could say.
That's a fun school. That's a good baseball school. Why not, right?
Yeah.
It's right there.
But not everybody has that experience, I feel like. Not everybody is like, I want to stay in the hometown. A lot of people are like, okay, when I graduate high school, I want to go somewhere else.
Right, but not everybody is one of the best catchers in the country.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
The 0-2. Inside 1-2. Man, what I mean by that more is if a program like that he's probably grown up around is right
absolutely.
there, they offer him a scholarship offer. It's like, hey, why not be the hometown hero, the neighborhood hero? Dressler kicks and deals, the 1-2. Weak liner up the middle. Coming in is the second baseman, Coonan. He nabs it out of the air right in front of the bag. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners and Troy Dressler. It's 1-0 after 2 in Bourne. We'll be back for inning number 3 on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Batting from Houston, number 3, Trey.
It doesn't get much better than Sunday night baseball on the Cape. We're in Bourne tonight at Doran Park. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. The Mariners lead the Braves 1-0 through 2. It's time for the top of the third. The ninth hitter in the Mariners order, Trey Broussard, digs into the left side and takes a first pitch fastball low, 1-0. After 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and guess what? 1 strikeout for the starter, Zach Konstantinovsky. The Braves go to the bullpen. Joey Colucci And Broussard rifles one into left. He goes the other way for a leadoff single.
Now batting from Auburn, number 26.
I will
Bristol
say,
Carter.
starting things off in this game, the offense looks to be clicking a little bit more. Already up to 2 hits on the day. Just one shy of tying yesterday's total game with 3 hits. But they're getting on base as well with a few walks, a hit by pitch. You'll take those.
A quick start against the reliever Colucci. Broussard gets on, and we know he can run over there at first base. The lineup turns over. Bristol Carter shows bunt, pulls it away as the pitch was low and away, 1-0. Carter, the struggles continue, but especially in the strikeout category, he struck out swinging in the first inning. This is a guy that hits atop the order just about every night, and he isn't a power hitter. He's not a guy who strikes out very much, but right now in the Cape, he's in a spell of swinging and missing. They check on Broussard at first. He's back in time.
I wouldn't be opposed, Carter showed bunt. I wouldn't be opposed if he tried to lay one down, get the speedy Broussard to second. I'd also put faith in Carter to take off and get to first, make it at least a competition. He's got some speed.
The 1-0. He takes a fastball at the knees. It was called low. So now 2 balls and no strikes. Warren Nicholson is the home plate umpire. He does keep a tight strike zone. We've seen him a couple times already this summer, Gino. And I will say, as tight as it may be, at least he's consistent. Because calls like that typically are going in the hitter's favor so far through 11 games. The 2-0. Bouncing ball to third. Holcomb throws to second. The second baseman who fields it, Cooney, fell down, but he kept his foot on the bag. No throw to first. So a fielder's choice gets the lead runner, Broussard, at second base. Carter reaches. 1 out, 1 on.
Now batting from Northeastern, number 13, Harrison Feenberg.
And what Broussard did nicely there as well is as he was going into second, got in the way of Cooney, who's had to dive a little bit awkwardly to corral that ball, but also with Broussard in the base path, couldn't get the throw around him to first, so he elected to just hold off.
So now it's another speedy Mariner at first, not Trey Broussard, it's Bristol Carter. He's back to the bag in time. The Braves continue to check on these runners at first base. There's 1 out, Carter at first. Harrison Feinberg, who singled in the first inning but then was picked off once he reached second base to end the inning, steps into the right-handed batter's box. Colucci kicks and deals. Fastball low, Carter runs. Throw comes into second, trickles into the outfield. Carter stays put after the stolen base. So Bristol steals a bag. He's in scoring position with 1 out in the third. The Mariners lead 1-0.
Carter already up to 5 stolen bases this summer. Now leads the team in that department. He was tied with Nico Brini, who had 4, but if you remember in the last inning, was caught stealing.
We might have to add Bristol Carter into that race with Brini and Broussard for the fastest on the team.
That would be a tight one.
1-0 the count to the right-handed hitting Harrison Feinberg. Carter with a massive lead at second. He doesn't run. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter in Steve Englert's order, Harrison Feinberg. Runner in scoring position. The Mariners with a 1-0 lead in the top of the third.
Luke, who do you think would take that race?
I still think it's Broussard. He's sneaky long. Carter runs to third. The pitch is in the dirt. It gets away from Campbell Smithwick, the catcher. So back-to-back stolen bags. The pitch probably wouldn't have gotten away from Smithwick if he wasn't trying to throw Carter out at third. But now Bristol Carter is hurt, and he's down, bent over, just to the left of the third base bag. Gino, I can't tell what he's holding, but it looks to be the right shin or right knee for now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his knee or his ankle. He came into the bag hot. He was sliding. The friction didn't take much off of his speed. I don't want to speculate, but from what I've saw, might have tweaked himself sliding into the bag.
What I'm seeing now is he pulls up the baby blue pant and looks at the knee. Maybe it's just one of those awful dirt burns.
That could be it too. He's back to both feet now, so that's good. And he's staying out there, which is also a positive.
Also not a limp for now, or much of one that we can notice. Carter, 2 stolen bases in the inning, a spark for the Mariners offense. He's at third with 1 out, 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to second. The infield was in. The throw comes to the plate, and they tag Bristol Carter out at home. A nice play from the second baseman, Ryan Cooney, and that's out number 2. Feinberg reaches.
Now batting from Oregon, number 39, Maddox Maloney.
So with Feinberg at first, now 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Maddox Maloney. Man, oh man, the Bourne Braves love throwing over to first base. But why not? When you have the speed of Bristol Carter, who's been over there, Harrison Feinberg, now his second time over there, Nico Brini, Trey Broussard. The 4 fastest guys in this lineup have all reached tonight. But the Mariners only have 1 run to show for it now, 1-0 the score. They throw over to first again. Colucci does not pick off Feinberg. Gino, simply put, these contact plays where the runner at third with 1 out for the Mariners is running on contact is not working right now for Harwich. First pitch to Maloney is laced foul down the left field line.
No, and yesterday with Coonan, I can understand that because you already had the leadoff and the infield was playing in. It's just a baseball play. You think it's going to get through, and he even admitted to that. You know, the only thing that you could really hope for is when they try to tag him, maybe stay in that pickle long enough to get Harris, who was the base runner, over to second.
The 0-1's in the dirt. A nice block from the catcher, Smithwick. Keeps Feinberg over there at first base. Matt Conti's on deck if we get there. The catcher for the Mariners, Conti, who's on deck, has his catching shin guards on, just in case this is the final out of the inning. He's always on top of his stuff, ready to do it on both sides. They throw over to the first, a bang-bang play. Feinberg back in time. The Mariners were holding their breath once again on another close move in connection with the first baseman, Cade Lewis, manning the first base bag. So 1-1 the count to the hitter, Maloney. Feinberg at first. The pitcher, Colucci, gains his bearings, works from the belt, but throws over again. Back in time with the dive, Feinberg. I got to find new ways to say that, Gino. That's our job as broadcasters, to not say the exact same thing over and over again. But it continues to happen.
Sometimes there's only so many ways to say something.
1-1 pitch. Inside, Maloney gets ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike.
But what that is doing is, obviously, if you're a base runner for the Mariners, you're a little bit more conservative with the leadoffs, but also it's tiring you out a little bit to continuously dive back and get there at the right time.
2-1. Crushed towards center. Going back is Nick Groves. He's underneath and makes the play. A few steps inside of the warning track. Maloney got all of that one, but the wind continues to just push balls and keep balls into this ballpark here at Doran Park. Through 2.5, the Mariners with a 1-run lead. It's 1-0. We'll be back with the home half on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
We welcome you back to Dorn Park here in Bourne alongside Gino Antamarino. I'm Luke Brenneman. The Mariners have a 1-0 lead as it's about time for the bottom of the third inning. The Mariners starter Troy Dressler has definitely had his best stuff of the summer tonight, Gino. Your initial takeaways through back-to-back scoreless frames.
Yeah, he's been really solid.
Now
Has
batting
been
from West
dealing with a
Virginia,
lot
number
of
7,
command.
Gavin Kelly.
As there's a cicada on my back. Oh my goodness, our beat reporter, Jack Belanger, diving to get out of the way. The cicadas are out.
First pitch, swing and a miss from the left fielder Gavin Kelly. 7, 8, and 9 due up in the Bourne lineup.
But yes, Dressler looks a lot more comfortable out there on the mound for sure.
0-1 pitch, low and away, 1-1.
Gosh, we got to get Jack out there in the infield making those diving plays. Are you kidding me?
I mean, come on, guys. We're on the road tonight. We're in all Mariners gear, and you guys are making us look soft over here, scared of a cicada. People eat those things. The 1-1, popped up foul right behind home plate. Dressler gets ahead of Kelly, 1-2. I mean, a cicada is not that scary. You're freaking out about it, too, so stop acting like it's all Jack.
No, dude, I'm so cool, calm, and collected, you don't even know.
2-strike pitch. Oh, my gosh, it was hit right at Troy Dressler. He blocked it with his glove and then caught it with his bare hand out of the air. He holds the ball up like he robbed a home run, but that was maybe more impressive. That's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Dressler just,
Now batting from
everything
Oregon,
seems
number
to be
11,
working for him
Ryan
on the
Cooney.
mound. You got to give him a ton of credit for this performance today. And I think it all started with that leadoff batter. You get the soft pop out to third base, like kind of a jam shot, and that you can build off of.
First pitch to the 8th hitter, Ryan Cooney, is a first pitch strike on the outside corner. What an acrobatic play, though, from Dressler to not only move his face out of the way of that liner, but to catch it after he tipped it. Back-to-back swinging strikes puts Dressler ahead 0-2. One down, nobody on in the bottom of the third.
The reflexes, that was really impressive.
Dressler working from the windup, kicks and fires the 0-2, check swing on some high heat. Cooney didn't go around, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was a 1-2-3 first, a 1-2-3 second, and now 1 down, a 1-2 count to Ryan Cooney in the third. Got him looking with a fastball. Troy Dressler already has 3 strikeouts through 2 2/3. He's cooking tonight, Gino.
Yeah, you think he's feeling it? Some excellent stuff on the mound.
But that's what Steve Englert and the Mariners wanted to see the first time around from Dressler. You can pump that fastball in there, 95, 96, throw it down the middle and challenge these guys. It was the walks that bit him and put runners on before an explosive inning for Wareham the last time out. First pitch, a low fastball to the 9th hitter, Nick Grews.
And this is where the Mariners like to be, with a lead, protecting it. This is where they make all their money.
The 1-0. Up and away, 2-0.
But if you remember the first game of the season, both these teams met. Mariners took the lead. Bourne almost came back in that game.
Mariners scored 6 runs in the first inning.
Yes.
The 2-0. Fastball misses somewhere. Just a little bit off the lower outside edge. So 3 balls and no strikes to the final hitter in the Bourne lineup. That's Nick Groves. 3-0. Outside, a 4-pitch walk. The first walk of the night, sacrificed from Troy Dressler.
Now batting from
That leads to a
Vanderbilt, number
2-out
3,
base runner for the
Riker
Bourne
Waite.
Braves. The lineup turns over. Here's the shortstop, Riker Waite. Riker Waite, a left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, Dressler. Waite just a rising sophomore at Vanderbilt. Doesn't swing at a first pitch fastball down the middle. That puts Dressler ahead 0-1. He was ranked a top 15 shortstop in the country and the number 3 ranked shortstop in Arizona coming out of high school. Didn't play much, just 3 at-bats his freshman year at Vanderbilt. The 0-1. Off the outside corner, 1-1. The strike zone stays tight as ever with Warren Nicholson behind the plate. But Dressler's made it work so far. No score for the Braves, 1-0, a Mariner lead with 2 outs and 1 on in the bottom of the third. Dressler kicks and deals. Fastball low. The runner at first, Groves, thought about running. Conti was ready to throw him out at second, but he didn't go. So the pitch result was a ball, 2-1 to wait.
Conti can throw those guys down. We've seen that a few times. Normally when the runners take off, catchers can sometimes anticipate it a little too much and either not fully grasp the ball and get off a weak throw or any throw.
2-1 in the dirt low. Conti able to retrieve it. So nobody advances. 3-1 now to wait. Seems like some control issues starting to creep up a little bit now for Dressler after he recorded back-to-back outs to start the bottom of the third.
You can hear Angler in the Mariner dugout clapping at his starting pitcher.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch, chopped at the plate, foul. So the runner will be in motion. Groves at first base with 2 outs and a full count to the leadoff hitter Riker White. Will be running the second. Dressler lifts up the left leg. A big pitch here. I want to strand the runner, keep the momentum. Don't want to let Logan Hughes, the deadly right fielder for the Bourne Braves, have an at-bat with runners on in the third. The payoff pitch, spiked in the dirt. Back-to-back 2-out walks as runners at first and second. And here is the oh-so-dangerous Logan Hughes.
You mentioned it, Luke, a little bit of a control issue, a command issue, if you will, for Dressler now. That's going to bring out Hunter Dilworth, the pitching coach. Just trying to get him to get out of this frame.
For the Mariners, when you have a lead, man, you better protect it because they haven't been scoring much offensively.
I was going to say a 2-out base runner has been a little bit dangerous against the Mariners so far in the last few games.
Well, there's 2 of them now. In scoring position is Groves at first. After the most recent of 2 walks is Riker Waite. Logan Hughes sporting a 958 OPS.
Is that good?
Ranked second.
Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty solid stuff from Logan
Second
Hughes.
on the Cape.
Yeah.
He's just a few ticks behind, 11 ticks behind Josiah Ragsdale of Brewster, who has a 969. Hughes plays his college ball at Texas Tech, and he did the same stuff there that he's doing here. Hit .327 for average, 19 homers, 58 runs batted in. Had an OPS over 1,100 playing inside of the Big 12. It's an ACC v Big 12 matchup here with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the third. The first pitch, fastball low, 1-0. Seems like that fastball, the velocity's still there. It's not shrinking as Dressler goes the deepest he's been this summer, but he's starting to spike it a little bit now. The 1-0. That fastball is in the zone, 1-1. Hughes didn't offer. It was on the outside corner. So hopefully that calms down Dressler on the mound, 1-1. Dressler from the belt. Ground ball right back to Dressler. A nice catch with the glove. Flips it to the first baseman, Kyle Wolf. And Dressler able to strand 2 in the bottom of the third. The Mariners keep the lead, 1-0 after 3 on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The Mariners are off to a good start through 3 innings here in Bourne. We welcome you into Doran Park on the Mariners Radio Network. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Luke Brenneman. The score's 1-0. Top of the 4th. Getting underway. Hitting cleanup, the catcher Matt Conti digs in for a righty-righty matchup with Joey Colucci. Conti flew out to right his first plate appearance. He pushes this one to right field. Coming in is the right fielder Hughes and makes the running grab. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 4th.
Now batting from Princeton, number 5, Jake Coonan.
I like how they have so much. If you look in the distance past center field here at Doran Park, they're building what seems to be a football field. But I asked one of the broadcasters for Bourne, and they said that it's been under construction for the last few years.
Well, if they're building a football field, they might be building a new Patriots stadium or something. Coonan is plunked with the first pitch fastball right on the waist. So for the second time today, Jake Coonan reaches base. Definitely is going to remember that one the most. He continues to kind of hobble over there, but we know Coonan's a tough kid. And he takes first. So a 1-out base runner. And here's the shortstop out of Liberty, Tanner Marsh.
But yeah, it almost looks like a quarry out there. You got a couple of diggers. What are those things called?
What are those called?
Are they cats?
Well, that's the brand.
Right. I don't know what the
bulldozer?
No.
No. All right, well.
Something out there.
First pitch on the inside corner. Strike 1 looking to Tanner Marsh. Colucci came in the 3rd inning. Gave up a leadoff single to Broussard, but worked out of it in scoreless fashion. So back out there for his 2nd inning of action. Checks on Coonan at first, back in time. 0-1 the count to Marsh. Kyle Wolf's on deck. It was this trio of guys, Coonan, Marsh, and Wolf, who scored the first run of the game. Coonan reached on a walk. He stole second. Marsh got him over to the 3rd on a fly out to right, and then a sac fly from Wolf. That's where we lie. The 0-1 is upstairs, 1-1. Although the hit numbers still aren't jumping out to you with just 2 in the 4th inning, it feels like the approach at the plate has been better for Harwich tonight.
And they've been getting on off of walks and hit by pitches as well. So you'll take those.
The 1-1. Runner goes. Pitch is lifted softly into left. It's over the shortstop Wake's head. Going from 1st to 3rd is Jake Coonan. And a hit from Tanner Marsh has runners on the corners with just 1 out, with a 1-run lead for the Mariners here in the 4th.
I've liked this Tanner Marsh,
a
Liberty product. Had his Mariner debut yesterday, got a hit. He's got 2 hits now in his last 2 games, obviously, and that's a good sign. The Mariners can use some offense.
A good sign for the Mariners is runners in scoring position. Just one out, a runner at third in Kunin. Marsh now at first after the single. And here's the guy with the lone RBI so far tonight, Kyle Wolf. It came on a sacrifice fly to right. First pitch. Breaking ball misses low, 1-0. So here's an interesting stat for you. The Bourne Braves, so far this summer, sub 50% of any opposing run are reach base and come around to score because of a hit. So they walk guys or hit guys and get burnt by it. Take Kunin. He scored the first run of the game, reached on a walk. Kunin is currently at third base. He was hit by a pitch. So the Mariners hope to continue that trend and drive in Jake Kunin in the fourth. 1-0 the score, 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at the corners. Colucci kicks and deals. Fastball right at the eyes. Moves the count to 2-0. Wolf taps the plate twice with his bat, points it at the pitcher Colucci, and is ready to go for the 2-0. Before, pitcher throws over to first to check on Tanner Marsh. He's back in time. Do you think that's a team-wide thing, that they just are always extremely cautious of a base runner at first base?
Yeah, but I also think it's a little bit of a scouting report as well.
But it's been every guy now.
Yeah.
We've seen 5 different guys be at first that have been thrown over or checked on twice. The 2-0, inside, 3-0 to Wolf.
But if you think about it, they're doing it to guys like Broussard, Brini. I mean, Feinberg hasn't had a ton of stolen bases this summer, but at Northeastern he did. Bristol Carter as well, a guy that can steal bases.
Yeah, but in this situation, you've now thrown 3 consecutive balls with runners on the corners. He finds the heart of the strike zone on the 3-0. So now 3-1 to Wolf. And we mentioned, does it tire out the runner at first base, continue to dive back? Does it take away from the focus of the pitcher?
It could, or it could give more time to the pitcher to take a longer, deep breath.
Right on cue, they throw over to first. Marsh back safely.
Now just take more time to yourself to get in the right headspace before you deliver the next pitch. Because this next pitch is going to be a big one. Because if you walk him, now the bases are loaded.
And a pitch to hit to the powerful Kyle Wolf. He leads the team and run batted in. Chopped foul down the third base side. The count's full. 1-0 the score. Top of the fourth. 2 on. Runners at the corners with 1 out for the Mariners. A full count to the first baseman, Kyle Wolf. He already has an RBI so far tonight. The right-handed pitcher, Joey Colucci, checks the wristband, gets the signal for an important 3-2 pitch. Before that, they check on Marsh at first base for the 4th time in this at-bat. He's back in time. So Colucci will now get a new pitch. Dig into the first base side of the rubber. Wolf stepped out. He's back in for a righty-righty matchup. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Chopped down the third base line. Wolf just a little bit early right now on that breaking pitch below the zone.
Yeah, if Wolf can get a piece of this or get a hold of one, you talked about how powerful he is as a hitter. That's why I think they're trying to get Marsh over to second. Because obviously if you can put 2 guys in scoring position with Wolf up to bat, and if he can lace one into the outfield, that could be a good thing for the Mariners.
Wolf hitting .240 for average coming into tonight. Another payoff. Weakly hit, fly ball. It's going to stay in the infield. The shortstop, Riker White, makes the catch about 3 steps to the right of the second base bag. And that is not what the Mariners were looking for with runners on the corners and 1 out. There's now 2 outs. The runners stay put.
Yeah, no, not at all. Just a bad break for Wolf there. Especially when he was right there. He was up in the at-bat. in terms of he was right there to get walked, and that would have loaded the bases, and he'll take that with Brainy up to bat. But now you got 2 away.
So a 2-out opportunity with runners at the corners for Nico Brainy. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls it away. The pitch was called a ball. It was below the zone, 1-0. Brainy was hit by a pitch in the second inning, then was caught stealing by the catcher Campbell Smithwick. That ended the second inning. 2 on, 2 out, 1-0 the score here at Bourne Park. In the top of the 4th, throw goes to first base, Marsh back in safely. Breeny's hitting 8th. A new position for Nico Brainy. We've seen this guy fluctuate all over the order, but mainly stays around number 1 or number 2. Been slumping as of late, hasn't had a hit in his last 3 starts, but could be a big time to get one in the 4th inning in Bourne. The 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Nico Brainy spent his first 2 seasons at Connecticut. Did not see action in 2024, only played 13 games in 2023. Transferred to Wofford College and killed it. Hit 5 home runs, hit over 300 for average. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, a nice take on a borderline fastball. Brainy's ahead 2-1. Broussard on deck if we get there. The sun continues to set here at Bourne Park. A beautiful night to come catch a Sunday night Cape League game right on the edge of Cape Cod. 2-1. Driven towards left. Going towards the left field line is Gavin Kelly. He's underneath right on the line. He makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. The Mariners strand a pair and lead by 1 through 3.5. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery.
Back here in Bourne, 1-0. The Mariners with a lead through 3.5. Time for the home half of the fourth. New arm for Harwich after 3 scoreless innings and hitless innings from Troy Dressler. The Mariners go to the left-hander Matthew Heiberger. A first pitch swinging strike to Kuhio Aloy puts him ahead 0-1. The 0-1 pitch misses low in the dirt, 1-1. Aloy popped up to the third baseman Maddox Maloney to end the first inning, his second plate appearance, but first time seeing Heiberger. The 1-1 offering is way upstairs, 2-1. Gino, how many people do you think are here tonight? A solid crowd.
Ooh, if I had to guess, I would go 656.
Look behind you. Does that affect it? Because I think it's like 666.
712.
Ground ball left side, picked up off one hop. Maloney at third. A nice play, a good throw for the first out of the inning in the bottom of the fourth. That was one of those tricky ones where Maloney could have waited on it, allowed it to bounce twice, but it was going to be a bang-bang play at first. He came in, picked it clean, all in one motion, and made the throw on the run. So 1 up, 1 down. And here's the first baseman hitting cleanup, Cade Lewis.
Heiberger dealing fast. We noticed that on the first at-bat.
Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch chopped down the third base side, foul.
Had a little bit of trouble locating the zone against Aloy. But you'll take the ground out, obviously.
His last time out, he had trouble locating the zone, only went an inning, and he walked 3, gave up 1 run, but didn't give up a hit. The 0-1 clips the bottom of the strike zone for strike 2. Lewis did not offer. So a good start to this at-bat here in the fourth. 1 down, the Mariners with a 1-0 lead over the Bourne Braves. Both teams on 3-game losing streaks. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Got him looking on the outside corner with the fastball. That's Heiberger's first strikeout.
Picking up where Dressler left off. What a start Dressler had. 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That's how to start a ball game, folks.
What's more inspiring is Heiberger picking up where he left off.
Right.
Attacking the strike zone through the first 2 batters he's seen. And now a chance for Braden Holcomb with 2 outs and nobody on, trailing by 1. First pitch to Holcomb, a strike at the knees. Holcomb stands up, locks out his knees, has a word with home plate umpire Warren Nicholson, and now he'll dig back in. Mariners yet to give up a hit tonight. The 0-1 chopped right at the plate. And Heiberger ahead 0-2.
Now Holcomb shaking his head. Wanted to do over there.
Holcomb struck out swinging in the second inning. Harwich 3 hits, 1 run. The Braves hitless and shut out. 2 outs, bottom 4, 1-0. Heiberger shakes off a few pitches. Now he likes that one, digs into the rubber. Kicks and deals. The 0-2. Breaking pitch flew out of his hands, way upstairs, 1-2. Holcomb is a rising junior at Vanderbilt. A really solid hitter from the right side. Spikes this one into the ground on 2 hops to second. Coonan flips and fires to first. A 1-2-3 inning in the fourth for Matthew Heiberger. The Mariners lead by 1. We'll be back for the 5th inning on the Harwich Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
It's a pitching duel here at Doran Park in Bourne through 4 innings. 1-0 to count. The Mariners lead the Braves. Mariners actually holding the Braves to a no-hit ball game so far. 9-1-2 due up in the Harwich order to start the 5th inning. That's Trey Broussard, Bristol Carter, and Harrison Feinberg. All 3 of those guys have reached base one way or another tonight.
Yeah, some guys that seem to be finding their groove in this game. And you love to see that if you're the manager, angler, after yesterday only getting 3 hits. Mariners with just 3 hits today, but at least they're reaching off of walks, hit by pitches, right? You're getting more base runners. That's what the Mariners lacked yesterday.
Broussard singled to start the 3rd inning in his first plate appearance. First pitch to Broussard is a fastball right at the top of the zone, strike 1. Staying on the mound for now his 3rd inning of action, this right-handed pitching Joey Colucci. Colucci plays collegiately at the University of Virginia. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Bristol Carter in the top of the order on deck. Trey Broussard's one of those mojo guys. He says, I always want to get something going, get the bats going, because if 1 get going, 2 gets going, and it becomes contagious. The 1-1 is fouled, so Broussard's behind 1-2. Trey had an unbelievable sophomore season at Houston. He led the team in hits, led the team in runs, had 12 doubles, hit 7 homers. He has some sneaky pop. I think we're looking for more of that this summer, Gino.
Yeah, he's definitely got it in him.
Colucci kicks and fires the 1-2. Fastball way upstairs, 2-2. But the stat that really sticks out to you, he tried to steal 35 bases, and he took 31 of them. One of the faster guys, not just in the Cape, but in the Big 12. The 2-2 offering. Back-to-back pitches high. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the 5th.
Nice job by Broussard to get back in this at-bat.
Colucci from the stretch, the payoff pitch. Fouled right back into the netting. Mariner dugout starting to get into this at-bat a little bit, pumping up Trey Broussard. They know that 1-run lead in the middle innings is not safe. The Bourne Braves can hit. They've struggled so far this season, losers in 3 in a row like the Mariners. 4-7 for record. But they have power. The second payoff is a foul ball down the left field line. That one was hit hard. Actually ricochets up against one of the school buildings down the left field line off the roof, and all the little kids go scrapping for it. Were you one of those guys that if you got the ball or you didn't get the ball, you'd go lay some kid out or tackle him and say, give me that?
No. I would be the one that would cry because I didn't get it.
The 3-2. Crushed down the right field line, but that's foul. So Broussard hit one hard down the left field line. Now he pulls one a little bit. See if Trey can straighten out the 3rd straight 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, no, I would cry if I didn't get a foul ball or if someone by me got one and I didn't. I was jealous as a kid.
The pitch. Ground ball right side. Off one hop, it ricochets up against the first baseman Lewis's chest, and Broussard beats it out. Lewis went down on one knee to make the play. It hit him in the stomach, and then he didn't know where it went. So the pitcher, Colucci, had to go gather the ball. But by that time, Trey Broussard was already past the first base bag and has his 2nd hit of the ball game.
It's always funny to me when the Mariners play a team, no matter how well of an offense the opponents have, the Mariners always bring them down to their level. 4 hits. Bourne had the 3rd most hits coming into today. They've got no hits.
They throw over to first. Broussard's back with a dive.
I mean, I go back to the YD game, the Hyannis game, less so in the Harbor Hawks game, but the Mariners do such a good job at bringing opponents down to their level offensively and making them work for their runs and their offense.
First pitch to Carter. He shows bunt. Pitches in the dirt low, 1-0. Bristol struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. He's also stolen a base. Knowing Steve Englert and Trey Broussard's speed, we mentioned it during his at-bat, 31 of 35 bags snatched at Houston during the college season. You got to think he's going to be on the run here. A massive lead over there. He's going. The pitch, and a perfect hit and run. A looper into right. Carter with his first hit of the game. Broussard was already at 3rd base before the right fielder Logan Hughes retrieved the ball. And the Mariners have back-to-back hits and runners at the corners to start the 5th inning.
The Mariners offense really bouncing back after yesterday, after the last few games. But I think yesterday was a little bit of a breaking point. Steve Englert went out and talked to his guys after the loss. And I think whatever he said really got these guys on the same page. They've looked a lot more confident in the box as hitters today than we've seen so far this summer.
All right, runners at the corners, nobody out. Harrison Feinberg stares at a pitch away, 1-0. Feinberg singled in the first and grounded out to second base in the 3rd. But Gino, to your point, you can get guys on, you can get them over, but nobody cares unless you get them in. And the Mariners have been that gapper away, the big home run away, the snowball inning away from breaking this 3-game losing streak. And with 2 on and the heart of the order up right now, Feinberg's hitting 2nd, Maloney's on deck, Conti in the hole. You really want to think that this could be a frame that we look back on when this one's all said and done.
All of the losses this summer for the Mariners, to your credit, to what you just said, has been a result of the Mariners just missing out on a hit that would bring a guy in.
Colucci throws over to first to check on the speedy Carter. He's back. That's also another thing to keep out for now with runners at the corners in this at-bat against Feinberg. Carter might try and steal second, A, because he's fast and has already done it once tonight, but B, because you have Broussard just 90 feet away, and if they dare to throw down to second, Broussard could score. The 1-0 nails the outside corner. Feinberg didn't like it. But regardless, it's a 1-1 count to the Mariners' designated hitter. Steve Englert continues to push and push Feinberg up in this order, looking for him to get hot and start producing in the Cape. Throw goes to first. Back in time is Bristol Carter. Campbell Smithwick, the catcher for Bourne. Very talented, a nice defensive stopper, and has a cannon. He already threw out Nico Brini in this game. Bristol Carter runs at first. The pitch is low. No throw on the low pitch. So 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Carter takes his 2nd bag of the night. Two and 1 the count to Harrison Feinberg. 2 on, 1-0. The Harwich lead with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. The pitcher, Joey Colucci, working from the stretch. Kicks and deals. Ground ball foul down the first base line. Evens the count at 2-2. What do you think Feinberg's looking for here? Not trying to do too much, just put it in play?
Absolutely. And you have to love the pitch before you swing. Make Colucci throw you a strike. Otherwise, you'll take your free bag if you get walked eventually.
The infield is in. Broussard at 3rd, Carter at 2nd. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Feinberg bites his nails threw his batting gloves in frustration. A long, dreadful walk back into the dugout. That's the first out of the inning.
Number 39, Maddox Maloney.
First strikeout of the day for Colucci as well in his third inning of work.
The Mariners have only struck out twice tonight, Gino. That is miles better than what's been going on as of late.
The offense looks a lot more comfortable.
And here's the guy you want up with runners at second and third with just one out. It's the third baseman, Maddox Maloney. And right on cue, the Bourne Braves and manager Scott Landers say, well, we'll give the open first base to Maddox Maloney an intentional walk as he takes first. The bases are loaded for Matt Conti.
And now forces everywhere.
Now batting from Wake Forest, number 8, Matt Conte.
The middle infielders drop back. They were previously in during the Feinberg at-bat, but he struck out. So the double play, more than doable against the slower catcher in Conti. He's looking to do some damage with the bases loaded. First pitch. Crushed to third, but this could be two. Holcomb to second for one. They throw to first. Colucci smashes his chest with the right arm. The Braves turn to the Mariners once again unsuccessful with runners in scoring position. They still lead 1-0 after 4.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The sun's starting to set here from Doran Park, 75 degrees with a nice wind blowing from center field. And we welcome you back on the Mariners Radio Network alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino, the lefty Matthew Heiberger back on the mound in his second inning of work. And so far he has looked quite solid. His first inning had 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And the Mariners pitching continues to be a standout for Harwich this summer. Troy Dressler started things here in Bourne. A hitless and runless 3 innings for him and had 3 strikeouts. The Bourne Braves came into today with the 3rd most hits this summer, currently hitless in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Campbell Smithwick, a strike at the bottom edge. 6, 7, 8 due up in the Braves order. Campbell Smithwick from the left side. Second pitch misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gino, you go back to the last inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. You already have a 1-0 lead. You're looking to potentially break a 3-game losing streak. That was the inning.
1-1. Wave and a whiff. Strike 2.
Not to say there's not going to be another favorable inning for the Mariners where you have an opportunistic chance with runners on. But that really could have blown this game up and given some serious confidence to your defense and pitching staff.
The 1-2 misses high. And that's something that we've talked about and noticed. You know, we keep harping on, and a lot of the losses for the Mariners, it seemed like they were just a couple of big hits, if that, away from actually turning those losses into wins. The 2-2 to Smithwick, fouled straight back.
But you can't only win games when you shut teams out. The Mariners are 5-6 right now, Gino. They have 3 shutout wins this summer.
The 2-2. Called strike 3. Heiberger, his second punch out of the day.
Now batting from West Virginia, number 7, Gavin Kelly.
And so there's one away in the bottom of the 5th. Gavin Kelly, the left fielder, gets set from the right side.
But to the pitching staff's credit, they continue to deal. I was pleasantly surprised with Dressler.
First pitch, flown foul, hit off of the netting right in front of us, and a few cicadas that was on the netting. Now starting to fly away, people taking cover. Man, a lot of people just do not like these cicadas.
A lot
here
of people, that's you, Gino.
Okay, I might be one of them. This one fouled off again. I'm not a bug guy. Are you a bug guy, Luke?
Well, I'm not a bug guy. Nobody's a bug guy.
I would disagree. I know some people, I know some sickos that love bugs.
That's what I'm saying. So if you do love bugs, then you're just not a normal guy. But
0-2, a high bouncer to the left side of the infield. Maddox Maloney, the third baseman, makes the play over to first to record out number 2.
But back to the important stuff. There's a difference between A, being a bug guy, and B, being afraid of a bug that just simply can cause no harm unless it flew into your eyeball or something.
Yeah, who told you that? The cicada? Whose side are you on? You don't know that. You don't know that. First pitch to Ryan Cooney. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Mariners up by 1. Sorry, I didn't mean to lash out at you, Luke. The 1-0, swing and a miss, strike 1.
I mean, during the
You got
middle
me
innings,
fired up,
before
Luke.
this game gets extremely important, it's 1-0. You might have to tell us some overarching story of where this fear came from, because there's something behind it.
1-1 misses high. No, I just don't like anything with multiple legs, multiple eyes, things that can fly. Not like I'm the 2-1.
I mean, we have an entourage
yeah,
filling in with information.
Yeah, I hear one of our producers, Dave Roberts, goes, "Oh, humans also have multiple eyes." Yes, of course, but like I'm talking more than 2. The 3-1 fouled off. I feel like this is like a 6v1 to me right now.
Well, now we have the catcher, Matt Conti, who just looked over his right shoulder and looked back at you like you had 3 eyes.
That might be the case. 3-2 the count to Cooney with 2 outs. Heiberger kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The cicadas aren't bugging Matthew Heiberger. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day, back-to-back 3-up, 3-down frames by this Mariners defense, trying to protect a 1-0 lead heading into the top of the 6th. We'll be right back here on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
We welcome you back to Doran Park. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Top of the 6, Mariners have 5, 6, 7 due up in the order, with Jake Coonan leading things off, the second baseman, followed by Tanner Marsh, the shortstop, and Kyle Wolf in the hole, the first baseman. Mariners offense has been better than in the last few games. Up to 5 hits, but have gotten a lot of base runners off of walks, hit by pitches, etc. As the first pitch to Coonan, breaking ball, hits the bottom edge for strike 1. Coonan watched it the whole way, gave a nod, and now gets set for the 0-1. Colucci comes home. Bounced foul at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Joey Colucci in his 4th inning of work relieves Zach Konstantinovsky after he went 2 innings, gave up a hit, an earned run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. So far today, Colucci has given up 4 hits. The 0-2 misses high.
Gino, this is a massive game for Harwich. This is going to be a turning point. An off day tomorrow, but then you go into a marathon of this schedule into July.
The 1-2 from Colucci. Coonan lifts this high in the air to left center field. The center fielder, Nick Graves, gets underneath it to record the out. Tanner Marsh comes out with 1 away in the top of the 6th. And to your point, Luke, there's going to be a lot of good games this coming week. You got Hyannis on Tuesday after the day off tomorrow. You got Brewster on July 3rd and 4th.
A little home and home over the 4th of July.
You got YD, a Chatham team that's on the rise. Should be a fun slate of games next week. First pitch for Marsh, just inside. Marsh took a duck. It would have hit him on the left shoulder if he didn't move out of the way. Steve Englert out of the dugout says that ball hit him. Warren Nicholson, the home plate umpire, says it did not.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Steve Englert was trying to talk for Tanner Marsh, but Tanner Marsh didn't think it hit him, so I don't know why Steve Englert did.
The 1-0. Blasted into left center field. Nick Graves on his horse. He dives and makes the catch. Graves is slow to get up. They said, we're waiting official rule. Yes, he caught it. Wow, what a catch from Nick Graves as he dove to his right, lunged out like Superman to haul it in. And there's 2 away. He was slow to get back up. But now he's back on both feet, going to center field. Steve Englert out of the dugout, having a chat with the third base umpire, John Torres, on the first base line.
This is the most animated I've seen Englert all summer.
Well, people were, obviously you have the Braves fans that were saying it was a catch. They were cheering, but there was also Mariner fans here in attendance that were saying that he dropped it. Obviously, Englert, one of the guys that thought Graves made the drop. But we resume play. So back-to-back flyouts from Nick Graves. And there's 2 away in the top of the 6th. Kyle Wolf from the right side. First pitch misses a little bit low and away. Wolf so far today has flown out twice, but brought in the lone run of the day, which was Jake Coonan. The 1-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Mariners with 5 hits. The Braves with no hits. It's been a classic Mariner game so far, where you get onto a slight lead and protect it. The 1-1 just nubbed foul, first base side. the last few games, and especially in the losses, it seems like that's where the Mariners have had to play catch-up. A lot of the wins, it's because they got to those early leads or they got the first run and just held on. The 1-2. This one's lined through the gap in left field. It's going to drop for a base hit for Kyle Wolf. So Wolf's first hit of the day. There's 2 outs with a base runner. And Nico Brini in the 8th spot. Gets set from the left side.
Gino, it may sound like a reach or feel sorry in a sense, but to see back-to-back liners, I thought Groves made the play of the summer on the diving catch that saved an extra base hit from Marsh. But then Wolf lines one into left center. It's a new breath of fresh air. You look at the hit column, 6 hits. It's not overpowering, still only 1 run. But there was a point, and there still is a point where this team, through a slump, where you're just not seeing many balls get to the outfield.
Yeah.
They had the bases loaded with nobody out and didn't score because the ball continued to stay in a swing and miss situation or a ground into a double play.
Scott Landers, the manager for the Braves, out on the mound to talk things over with Colucci, and his day is over. They go to the bullpen, and we'll have the new arm for Bourne when we come back here on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source.
Welcome back to Doran Park. A 2-out base runner for the Mariners. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Kyle Wolf stands on first after a single. That brings up Nico Brini from the left side. First pitch from Glenn Shorey misses outside. Shorey comes in relief of Joey Colucci. Went for 3 2/3, 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Shorey, the left-handed pitcher, comes home against the lefty Brini. Misses low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Glenn Shorey, a rising sophomore at Vanderbilt, 6'2", 176 pounds. Made 14 appearances with the Commodores this past year. Had a 2-0 record as he comes home to 2-0. Blasted high in the air, infield left side. The shortstop Waite comes into the infield grass and records the head-high grab for out number 3. So 3 flyouts, also a single from Kyle Wolf is how the inning ends with Wolf stranded on first. The Mariners still in the driver's seat, up 1-0. The Braves still in search of their first hit of the evening. Mariner defense has been stellar. We'll be right back here on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
We're back here at Doran Park. Time for the bottom of the 6th. 9-1-2 due up in the Braves order, starting things off with Nick Groves, the center fielder, followed by Riker Waite, the shortstop, and Logan Hughes, the right fielder, alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. A beautiful sunset here in Bourne. 75 degrees, but a little breezy. Luke was just talking to me about how he should have brought a quarter zip. The first pitch, a strike on Nick Groves from Matthew Heiberger in his 3rd inning of work on the mound for the Mariners.
Well, Gino, I brought the quarter zip.
Oh,
you
no pants.
Didn't.
The 0-1 hits the outer edge for strike 2.
Yeah, the pants, I mean, our producer, Max Stewart, just on his A game, as always. Sweatpants.
But he didn't bring the quarter zip.
Yeah, but he's a club baseball player. He's showing off the arms a little bit.
The 0-2 misses low and away. Okay, so that's where I got messed up. So you, Luke, you forgot the pants. Max
forgot
remembered
everything.
the pants, but forgot the quarter zip. The 1-2. It swung on and missed, but just got a piece of it was Groves. So 1-2 count with no outs. Yeah, I'm currently in some nice khaki shorts and a polo. It is getting a little breezy out. I do kind of regret not bringing a long sleeve of some sort. 1-2 fought off again by Groves. He stays alive with a 1-2 count.
It's a really good pitch from Heiberger. The high fastball has been working for him tonight. I'm shocked that Groves caught a piece of that. That was up by the neck area. It's coming in well over 90 miles an hour. That's good bat speed, but I wouldn't be surprised if Heiberger goes back.
The 1-2. Just misses inside. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Heiberger, a rising junior from Alabama, in his 3rd appearance this summer, hasn't faced more than 3 batters in an inning yet. The 2-2. Line foul. Heiberger up to 3 strikeouts so far today as well. Had a summer total of 3 heading into today.
You know what's interesting? Bourne getting no hit right now, but no start tonight from the center fielder, John LeGrand.
2-2, flared foul. And so Groves really fighting in this at-bat. Groves was the one in the last inning, made an incredible diving catch to Tanner Marsh, went full Superman. The 2-2 just misses the zone. Heiberger thought he had him.
Heiberger's livid with that call.
Tight strike zone from Warren Nicholson. We've talked about it. So now a full count to Groves. Heiberger toes the rubber, comes home. Pushed foul. So a lot of pitches in this at-bat. Groves digs back in from the left side. Payoff pitch. A hard bouncer up past the mound, and it gets to center field. The Braves fans are loving it. It's the first hit of the day for the Bourne Braves. And so with no outs, there's one on board, courtesy of Nick Groves.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just get out of the no-hit bid. Still early, just the bottom of the 6th. The leadoff base runner's always productive, but now the lineup turns over. You kind of got your monkey off your back. So you're out of the no-hit column, and you're only down by 1. One swing of the bat could flip this entire scoreboard around.
Riker Waite from the right side. Shows bunt, takes it away. First pitch misses inside. Waite has reached once off of a walk. That came in his last plate appearance in the 3rd. Also has a flyout on the day. The 1-0, he shows bunt again. Called a strike. The throw down to first, not in time. Groves back diving with his right arm first. Conti very aggressive at throwing down base runners. We've seen that movie a few times this summer. He's got the confidence in his arm, as he should. The 1-1. Bunted down the first base line. Kyle Wolf charges, picks it up, and he can't get there. As Groves dives into third, they got him. A heads-up play from the Mariners. The bunt down the first base line. Kyle Wolf charged, underhanded to his pitcher, didn't get it in time. Waite is safe on first. They threw down to third because Groves rounded past second, took off, and applying the tag was Maddox Maloney. A heads-up play. The Mariners take out the lead base runner. And so with one away, in the bottom of the 6th, Logan Hughes digs in from the left side.
That's why they've lost 3 in a row, Gino.
First pitch in the dirt gets away from Conti, and so Groves will take his spot on second. Wait.
Groves, the long at-bat to start the inning. You get a hit, and then Riker Waite. Drag bunt down the first base line, about as good as they come. He bunts for a hit. So now you're looking at 2 speedsters on first and second with nobody out, with 2, 3, and 4 coming up in your order. And Groves just caught trying to do too much on the bases.
1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
So once you start feeling the momentum start to flip, back-to-back hits, the no-hitter is over. If you can strand that runner Waite at second, Heiberger and the Mariners, you regain all of it that you once lost just moments ago.
1-1. Rocketed high in the air to center field. Broussard has to take a few steps to his left, gets underneath it to record the out, throws down to third. There might be a play. Maloney applies a tag. What a throwdown from Broussard in center. And Maloney applies the tag to Riker Waite. Man, there's got to be something over there in the hot corner for the Mariners. 2 tag-outs in that inning. And so the Mariners escape. You talked about it, Luke. With all the momentum heading into the top of the 7th, we'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Some stellar defense from the Mariners in the last inning. 2 tag-outs as well as a flyout. The Mariners with all the momentum right now. The Braves got their first 2 hits of the day in the last inning, but nothing to show for it. Mariners still on top, 1-0. We welcome you back on the Mariners Radio Network here from Doran Park. Alongside Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Top of the 7th, 9-1-2 due up in the Mariners order, starting with Trey Broussard.
Here's the number 3, Trey
Then the
Broussard.
order turns over with Bristol Carter and Harrison Feinberg. Glenn Shorey came out of the bullpen in the last inning. His lone at bat was Nico Brini, who was out on a flyout in the infield. First pitch to Broussard lands outside the zone for ball 1. So Shorey's second batter faced today is the lefty Broussard. The pitch. Fastball down the middle, strike 1.
Trey Broussard continues to impress in center field. That throw, one hopper. You could see it. The second it left his hand, we knew it was going to be a bang-bang play.
1-1, low and away, gets away from the catcher's glove, Smithwick. So a 2-1 count, but there's been a few phenomenal plays from both center fielders today. The 2-1. Called a strike down the middle. 2-2 the count.
This is a tough lefty-lefty matchup for Trey. The left-hander Shorey just really holds that arm out there by the first base bag.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gets away from Smithwick. He scoops it up, throws down to first in time for out number 1. And it's the first strikeout of the day for Shorey. And the first time Broussard has been retired today.
Going to continue to harp on it. The Mariners have just struck out 3 times tonight. That is more than a 75% uptick, or I guess drop in that category from where we've seen them recently.
Carter bunts this one foul down the first base line on his first pitch. It's going to be a tough play to make by this Braves defense because Carter's got the wheels. They don't call him Breezy Bristol for nothing.
Is that what they call him?
No, I just made that up. That's pretty good, though, right?
That is solid. Not bad. Beast Mode Bristol is what they call him.
Beast Mode Bristol.
Or maybe that's what he calls himself.
Bristol's got 3 stolen bases today. The 0-1 shows bunt again, takes it away, misses low and inside. Carter's reached twice today. Once off of a single, the other off a fielder's choice. 1-1. Dips low and outside. Before today, Carter was 1 for his last 11 at-bats. It's a 2-1 inside at the shins, 3 balls, 1 strike. Also with 5 strikeouts. But today, a much better performance. Has a strikeout today, but a lot more comfortable in the box as he takes a ball 4. So with 1 away, Carter on first after the walk. Harrison Feinberg gets set from the right side.
Now batting from North Houston.
That's a bounce-back day already for Carter. He's already been on 3 times tonight. So a huge improvement from the last few games where Carter's been slumping, he's been striking out, been trying to do too much, but just disciplined tonight, and he's gotten on.
First pitch to Feinberg. Skied in the air down the right field line. Hughes runs over and makes the catch for out number 2. Out comes Maddox Maloney, the Oregon Duck, with 2 outs and a base runner on first in Bristol Carter. Maloney today, 2 walks and a flyout. Like Carter heading into today, was 1 for his last 11 at-bats. Throw back to first, not in time. It gets away from Cade Lewis, the first baseman. Carter rounding past second. He's going to go for third, and he's easily in there standing as they finally retrieve the ball. Cade Lewis, the first baseman, had some issues over in foul territory as that ball was against the fence. But Carter with the speed and the confidence didn't even think about holding up at second, took off for third immediately and got there with plenty of time to spare.
If you continue to throw over there at some point in time, something like that's going to happen.
So 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Maloney. First pitch, a strike on the inside edge. Hasn't been the first time that Carter's been over on third. Was tagged out in the third. Trying to take home. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
The Mariners haven't been great with chances when you have runners at second and third with 1 out or nobody out. But this could be a chance to get you over the hump here. There are 2 outs. You're not supposed to be in this spot. A hit from Maloney here, down in the count 0-2. That's what gets the guys in the dugout going.
And you know what else gets somebody going is having your manager, Englert, come out and talk things over, as he just did with Maddox Maloney, giving him some pep talk before he digs back in from the right side. We've seen Englert do that a few times this summer. Maloney down 0-2, the pitch, golfed foul. The Mariners with a 1-0 lead in the top of the 7th. If they can add an insurance run, they'll gladly take that. As Carter stands on third. The 0-2. Bounced off of home plate and foul. So Maloney fighting off 2 pitches. Still alive with an 0-2 count and 2 outs. Lefty on righty matchup, the 0-2. High and away. Maloney takes a deep breath. Lifts the black-collared bat over his right shoulder. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. 3 straight foul balls from Maloney, extending his at-bat.
I got a good feeling about this next one, Gino. Maloney's timing up the left-hander in a lefty-righty matchup. He's delivered in important positions like this.
Maloney has a home run this summer. The pitch. Bounced foul again.
He's now seen all of the pitch arsenal from Glenn Shorey. Now it's about deciphering the pitch right out of the hand and finding something center cut to go after.
Carter jumping on the base path down the third base line, trying to throw off Shorey. A 1-2 count with 2 outs to Maloney. Carter on third. The offering. Skied in foul territory behind home plate. And again, lands outside where some fans run to go get it. But Maloney extending this at bat. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Maloney dangling the bat below his waist. Now raises it over his right shoulder. The 1-2. Cold strike 3. Maloney slumps over. He thought it was 2 inside. But home plate umpire Warren Nicholson had other thoughts. So the Mariners leave one stranded in scoring position yet again. Bristol Carter on third could not be brought home, but Harwich still has the lead, 1-0. We head into the home half of the 7th. Stick around on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking.
New man on the mound for the Mariners. It's Ryan Bilka, the right-hander. Deals from the first base side of the rubber. Faces off against 3-4-5 in the Braves lineup. Kuyo Aloy, his first pitch. Grounder to short. It's hauled in by Tanner Marsh. Throws to first in time for out number 1.
There you go. 1 pitch, 1 out, Gino.
Quickly 1 away. Ryan Bilka replaces Heiberger after he went 3 innings, gave up just 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and had 3 strikeouts. Bilka's someone that this summer has made 3 appearances, a 3.68 ERA as he comes home on the first pitch to Cade Lewis. Misses low.
You know, Bilka is one of these guys that's due up to pitch when you look at the rotation of arms, but you can tell he was sped up a little bit tonight. This is an important game.
The 1-0 pushed foul.
And what I mean by that is It's 1-0. You're in the latter 3 innings. Who are you going to go to? Because your team, as Steve Englert knows, they need a win, no matter how you get it. If it's 1-0, you'll take it to end this 3-game losing skid. And by going to Bilka, that's proof that he trusts the right-hander out of Richmond.
The 1-1. Crushed to deep left center field. It's going to drop back at the wall as Nico Brini scoops it up. That's going to be a standing double from Cade Lewis with 1 away. The 3rd hit of the day for the Braves. And it's a big moment in the bottom of the 7th. Approaching crunch time for the Braves to get back in this game. Only down by 1. But that was a hard hit ball. And so Cade Lewis, for the first time today, gets on board. Braden Holcomb, the 3rd baseman, takes a deep breath and digs in from the right side. Holcomb, 9 hits in his last 12 games. First pitch, a hefty hack, but comes up with nothing. Lewis stands on second after that double a few moments ago. 1 out, 0-1 count for Braden Holcomb. Righty on righty matchup. Bilka comes home. Just fouled straight back. Bilka, the Richmond product, stands at 6'1", 200 pounds. Averages about 3 strikeouts a game here on the Cape. As Holcomb steps out of the box temporarily to adjust his gloves. A nice teal bat, almost baby blue, kind of like the Mariners uniforms in this one. Holcomb today has been struggling, 0 for 2. The pitch. Golfed into dead center field. Broussard back at the wall, makes the catch for out number 2 as Lewis tags up and dives into third with plenty of time. So 2 outs with Lewis on third, and out comes Campbell Smithwick.
The Mariners caught a break there. If that ball was hit to any other part of the ballpark other than, you said it, Gino, dead center field, it'd be a 2-1 game right now.
No home runs yet this summer here at Doran Park because of the wind and the dimensions. 395 to dead center. First pitch to Smithwick. It's the outer upper edge for strike 1.
Bilka's got to strap in a little bit here. He gave up the double on a hard hit gapper to Lewis. That one was crushed by Holcomb. So some loud contact. If he can strand this runner and keep the 1-run game, that'd be great.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
So now he's at 0-2. You can kind of play a little bit in this situation. Pick around. Go to your strikeout stuff. Try and get Smithwick to bite on something that maybe he wouldn't chase in a non-0-2 situation.
Bilka readies the glove at the chest. Fires home the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Mariner dugout yells in elation. A big-time strikeout with a runner on third in the bottom of the 7th. But Bilka, with the strikeout, ends the inning. Mariners still with a 1-0 lead. We head into the top of the 8th back here on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Top of the 8th here from Doran Park. We welcome you back on the Mariners Radio Network. Here with Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. Would you believe me if I said the Mariners scored the first run of the day in the second and has hung on up until this point? If you're a Mariner fan, you would probably say yes, because that has been the bread and butter for Harwich so far this summer. Getting to a lead early on in the game and just hanging on the rest of the way. That's what the Mariners try to do tonight, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Braves also trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. As the first pitch to Matt Conti from the right side. This one's belted to deep center field. Nick Graves on his horse. This one's going to drop back at the wall. A big-time hit for Conti, who rounds past second, elects to hold off. And a leadoff double from the catcher for the Mariners.
Number 5, Jake Coonan.
There we go. The catcher waking up a little bit. We know Conti was hot at the start of the season. We talked about him slumping, and in between the breaks, I said to you, Gino, I think it's time for Matt Conti to get things going on his own. He's been in some high-leverage spots. He bounced into that 5-4-3 double play with the bases loaded in the 5th. That's one way to start an inning right there.
Conti with his 6th hit in his 8th game. Stands on second with no outs. Jake Coonan gets it from the right side. The first pitch shows bunt, takes it away. Ball 1. Glenn Shorey has pitched for an inning and a third so far today. He's got 2 strikeouts. And that double from Conti was the first hit he's allowed. He glances back at Conti at second, delivers the 1-0. Just misses low. And if there's someone to continue to light a spark for this Mariners offense, it's Jake Coonan. Had a home run yesterday against Orleans. He's reached base twice so far today and has the only run, the 2-0. Called strike 1, inner edge.
From our spot back here to the right of home plate, the Mariners aren't enjoying how in the strike zone is becoming on inside on the right-handed hitters. That's how Maloney struck out looking, and Coonan upset with that one.
The 2-1. Inside. And so 3 balls, 1 strike. You can tell the pitchers are aware of that too, Luke. As they keep going back to that same spot.
Why not? But in a lefty-righty matchup, Jake Coonan, 3-1 count, he can gear up on an inside fastball and pull it.
He loads up the back foot, the 3-1. Hard ground ball to short. It's hauled in by Waite. Tries to apply the tag, gets Conti in a pickle. He tries to go back to second. Applying the tag is Braden Holcomb. But safe is Coonan on first. Conti was stranded between the bags. It was a hard hit ball that Waite somehow corralled. And so Conti was in a bit of no man's land as he tried to go back to the bag, tried to advance to third, then back to second. And so there's one away with Coonan on first after the fielder's choice. And Tanner Marsh gets that from the right side. Throwing back to first, not in time. Marsh today has a hit. Mariners offense has looked a lot more comfortable in today's game, up to 7 knocks on the day. The pitch. Called a ball a little high. Tanner Marsh made his Mariner debut yesterday. Went 1 for 3, also an RBI. Another throwback to first, just a lollipop of a throwback. Kunin gets back standing.
The base running mistakes have got to stop, though. You can't double the starting inning, and on a ball that was smashed right at the shortstop, why would you ever be running to third?
1-0, called a strike in the upper part of the zone.
Plays at the plate recently, like you've said, Gino, have been baseball plays. You're running on contact. The infield's in. They've done a nice job. It's been unfortunate for the defensive positioning working out. But right there, it just made no sense to even take a step towards third base.
1-1. Laced down the right field line and out of play. But yeah, you're right. That's what kind of cost the Mariners yesterday. Again, a baseball play. You're running on contact. Kunin was tagged out. Would have been the tying run. And then today's game, Carter wasn't a forced run to come home. Goes anyways, gets tagged out at the plate. It's the 1-2, lobbed up in the air, infield right side, and making the routine catch is Cooney. With his heels on the outfield grass, he records out number 2.
Boston College, number 34, Kyle Wolf.
Kyle Wolf gets set from the right side. Kunin on first after that fielder's choice. With 2 outs, Mariners up by 1 in the top of the 8th. Wolf has a knock. Came in the last time he was at the plate. Kunin takes off. Pitch at the plate is called a strike. The throw down to second, not in time. Kunin dives head first, gets up. Dirt all over the baby blue Mariner uniforms. And so with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position for Harwich. Wolf has a sac fly in his first at-bat. Drove in the only run of the day. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Steve Englert telling Wolf to settle in. Trying to calm his first baseman down. The 0-2. Cracked high in the air. Right center field. Logan Hughes makes the catch to his right and records out number 3. The Mariners had a leadoff double to start the frame, but nothing to show for it. Still in the driver's seat, up 1-0 over the Braves. We head into the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
The Mariners have had the offense clicking in this one, but just 1 run to show for it. We welcome you back to Bourne Park alongside Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. The Mariners have had hits in all but just one of the last 6 innings and have left a runner on base in each of the last 6 innings as well. Currently on defense is the first pitch dealt to Gavin Kelly, flown up in the air to right field, and a routine flyout from Bristol Carter.
Now batting from Oregon, number 11, Ryan Cooney.
Ryan Bilka in his second inning of work. Gave up just 1 hit to Cade Lewis. It was his second batter faced on the night. But a ground out, a flyout, a strikeout is how the 7th inning ended. First pitch to Ryan Cooney, called a strike. Cooney batting in the 8th spot, has struck out twice today. Trying to change his fortune here with his team down by 1. Righty on righty matchup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
When Bilka can get in a rhythm like he has, he got a 1 pitch out. Now back-to-back strikes here to the 8th hitter, Cooney. This is when he's at his best. He starts working quick. He starts working with some swag, some serious confidence. He's one of those guys that gets hot on the mound.
Bilka fires home the 0-2. High.
You see that, though, Gino? He nodded his head. High fastball. It's a ball. I mean, whether he's nodding at himself or Conti, the catcher, you can kind of tell he's starting to feel it a little bit.
Cooney gets the pitch. 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Cooney, the rising junior from Oregon. Cooney's mother, Renee, ran track at Oregon as well. It's a 2-2. Cold, strike 3. So 2 away
Now
in the bottom of the 8th.
Number 8, Nick Groves.
And the 9-spot hitter, Nick Groves, walks out of the dugout.
What's new, Gino? The Mariners in a nail-biter.
Second strikeout of the day for Bilka. Cooney has been retired 3 times off the punch-out today. Groves from the left side, first pitch, a strike. Groves has singled and walked this evening. A low stance, the 0-1. Belted to left center field. Trey Broussard gets called off by Nico Brini, who makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. 2 flyouts and a strikeout. The Mariners protecting a 1-0 lead heading into the 9th inning. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Time to strap in. Top of the 9th here from Doran Park. Here with Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited.
Now batting,
Mariners
11, D. Kennedy.
trying to add some insurance to a 1-0 lead as D. Kennedy pinch hits for Nico Brini in the top of the 9th. He gets it from the right side. His first pitch. Watches a fastball clip the inner edge for strike 1. So Nico Brini reached once off of a hit-by pitch, but other than that, 2 flyouts on the day. The 0-1 to Kennedy. Fastball again. It's the inner corner. Strike 2. Glenn Shorey has gone 2 1/3 innings. The 0-1, this one's roped down the left field line. It's going to drop out of here. A home run shot from D. Kennedy. He got all of that one. And the Mariners tack on another run to their lead. They're up 2-0 over the Bourne Braves in the top of the 9th.
Stay ready, D. Kennedy. Didn't start tonight, struggling as of late, but runs into one to start the 9th inning. That's what we're talking about, Gino. Catching lightning in a bottle, and tonight they do it off the bench.
First home run of the summer for Kennedy, the first home run here at Doran Park for any team. First pitch on Trey Broussard. He shows bunt. It's a strike as he took it away.
My goodness, what a massive insurance run that is.
The 0-1. Low and away. That home run from Kennedy, 98-mile-per-hour exit velocity. Fouled off by Broussard. 353 feet for the Kansas State product. Broussard with a 1-2 count. The pitch. Blasted foul again.
With that wicked education you guys get there at Syracuse, do they teach you how to calculate how far a home run goes when you watch it in real time?
I can eyeball it, yeah, for sure. I think that was more of just a skill I got at birth, to be honest with you. The 1-2. Peeled down the third base line, says he did not go. Broussard thought about it. So a 2-2 count. Can you give me the stats on a home run?
I know a guy.
2-2 at the feet. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, she's a girl, but wicked smart, Virginia Tech. She's sitting upstairs tonight. Goes by Paige. They call her the TrackMan intern.
Payoff pitch to Broussard. Pushed foul again.
But she does her job, and she does it well.
That was
really
quick.
Does.
She got the stats, the numbers, and everything ready to go.
She doesn't mess around. Launch angle, exit velocity, distance in feet, not yards.
Payoff pitch. Inside at the chest for ball 4. So with no outs, a base runner in Broussard after he was walked. D. Kennedy with a solo shot to add to this Mariner lead. And that's going to bring out Scott Landers as he comes out to the mound, the manager for the Braves. As he talks things over with his infield, waves to the bullpen, and so Glenn Shorey's night is over with a base runner and no outs in the top of the 9th. Mariners up by 2. We'll be back with the new pitcher when we come back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work.
The Mariners tack on an insurance run courtesy of D. Kennedy, his first home run of the summer, the first one here at Doran Park. And what better timing to get it than in a game where you're only up by one, heading into the ninth, and the Kansas State product, making no mistake about it. And so a new arm for the Braves. Jonathan Stevens relieves Glenn Shorey, who went 2 1/3, gave up 2 hits. That earned run courtesy of Kennedy. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Stevens against the top of the order for the Mariners with Broussard on first. He checks on Broussard, who's back diving. Bristol Carter from the right side, so far today, has been quite solid. He's gotten aboard 3 times today, a fielder's choice, a single, and a walk. His first pitch shows bunt and bobbles it foul. Stevens on the mound, 6'1", 215 pounds, a sophomore from Alabama. In his 4th appearance this summer, he's pitched for 6 innings, has given up just 2 hits, no earned runs, and 1 walk. Throw back to first, that was a laser, but Broussard back in time. This park here in Bourne has gone practically silent. The Mariners have taken all of the momentum on their side. Another throwback to first. Broussard back. You can tell the Braves were getting a little bit of momentum. But D. Kennedy pinch hitting for Nico Brini. And he practically takes a bow as Broussard takes off for first. The pitch at the plate's a ball. The throw down to second, not in time, gets away from Waite, the shortstop. But it's not going to matter. Broussard into second diving with his first stolen base of the night.
Now if you're Carter, keep bunting. Bunt him over to the third.
A nice night here Not too chilly. There was a little bit of wind when we got here, but 73 degrees, no wind at all. One count to Carter. Righty on righty matchup. He shows bunt again, takes it away. Ball in the dirt. 2-1 count. As we've talked about, Carter was in a little bit of a rut coming into today. Was 1 for 11 in his last 3 games with a walk and 5 strikeouts. Was 0 for 4 yesterday. But like I said earlier, has found his groove here this evening as he bunts this one foul behind home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Broussard on second with the Mariners up 2-0. The most impressive thing, I would say, about this game so far has been the Mariners' ability to practically take away any sort of offense the Braves have. Ground ball to short. It's up in the glove and gets away from Waite. Runners on the corners for the Mariners. Waite charged. And as he went to scoop it up with his glove, never had full control. They rule it as a hit. And so Carter, with his second hit of the day, sends Broussard to third, and still no outs. Harrison Feinberg up to bat from the right side. Maloney on deck with Conti in the hole. But like I was saying earlier, the fact that the Mariners have taken away a team that had the 3rd most hits on the Cape heading into today. First pitch to Feinberg, a swing and a miss. Carter takes off for second. He's there standing. Smithwick didn't even attempt to throw because that would risk bringing in the speedy Broussard on third. Carter up to 4 stolen bags this evening alone. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Feinberg struck out in a similar situation to this. The exact situation, second and third, nobody out. That was all the way back in the 5th inning. He's just swinging out of his shoes. He almost fell over after that swing and miss. Just try and lift one into the outfield.
The 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Infield right side. Cooney at second base makes the head high grab for out number 1.
Now batting from Oregon, number 39,
the Oregon product, Maddox Maloney, comes out. Last time he was in this situation with 2 runners in scoring position, the Braves intentionally walked Maloney to load the bags. Mariners came up empty-handed.
If they're going to keep the infield in like it is right now, then I don't know why they wouldn't just walk Maloney.
Maloney digs in from the right side. His first pitch. Called a strike inside. Maloney doesn't like these calls. Warren Nicholson, the home plate umpire.
They've been going at it all night.
Demanding explanations. The 0-1. Fouled straight back. Broussard on third. Carter on second. Mariners trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. The Braves also on a 3-game losing skid themselves, but before that, Bourne was on a 3-game winning streak. Just goes to show how much things can change in an instant. It's the 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the evening for Jonathan Stevens. And there's 2 away with Matt Conti up to bat.
So 2 times tonight, the Mariners have runners at second and third with nobody out, and both of those first 2 outs of the inning are not productive outs. They don't drive in a runner. That's not going to win you baseball games the rest of the summer. It might tonight.
First pitch to Conti. Check swing, appealed down. First base line, they said he went. Silvio Martinez making the call. In the last 6 innings, the Mariners have left 9 stranded. So they're getting on base, but not getting a ton to cross. The 0-1, another swing and a miss.
But hey, Gino, it's a start.
No, it is.
10
absolutely.
combined hits their last 3 games. 10 total. You leave runners on, at least they're getting on tonight. Now you got to start driving them in. If you can get out of here with a win, you take it.
The 0-2 misses low. And you mentioned it, 10 combined hits in their last 3 games. They're almost at that mark tonight.
Mm-hmm. It was a high-powered night across the league. I was just taking a look at the scoreboard. A lot of games close to double digits. Most notably, YD beats Hyannis in the matchup so far this summer.
That's a big-time game. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. The Mariners add an insurance run, but they're only up by 2. It's still very doable for a Braves offense that can come alive at any moment. And you have to think, if you're the Mariners, you had 2 runners in scoring position. Now you just have to hope and pray and rely on your defense to get you out of this game. We head into the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back on the Mariners Radio Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Bottom of the 9th, the Mariners defense trying to hang on to a 2-0 lead. We welcome you back on the Mariners Radio Network here with Luke Brenneman. I'm Gino Antamarino. Ryan Bilka sent out to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. And he's got a tall task in front of him, going up against 1, 2, 3 in the Braves order. Riker Waite, Logan Hughes, Kuhio Aloy. Mariners added an insurance run in the top of the 9th, courtesy of D. Kennedy with the home run shot, but left 2 stranded in scoring position, hoping that that doesn't come back to bite them in the butt. The right-handed Bilka goes up against the lefty Waite, who shows bunt, takes it away. First pitch, fastball outside.
After Kennedy pinch hit for the left fielder Nico Brini, Jake Coonan moves from second base to left field. Shintaro Inoue in there now at second base.
1-0. Called a strike on the outer edge. Bilka takes a deep breath, readies the glove at the chest. The 1-1. Flubbed to shallow left field. And making the catch is Tanner Marsh, the shortstop, to record out number 1.
Now batting from Texas,
out number 1, and then bottom of the 9th
Logan
when you have the
Hughes.
top of the order is always just a big sigh of relief. No matter how that guy gets on, now you're thinking, well, the tying run's up, there's nobody out, the top of the order, Waite can run a little bit. So a solid start. Now Bilka's calm, he's collected, he's working on his 3rd inning of action here. The defense kind of calms down, but you got your hands full with the next couple guys.
Out comes the lefty, Logan Hughes. First pitch, a strike. Both teams trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Both teams sit fourth in their respective divisions. Righty on lefty, the 0-1. Line through the left side for a base hit. And with one out, there's one aboard. Logan Hughes, his first hit of the day. Couldn't come at a better time.
Number 25,
And out comes Aloy.
Do you remember the last time the tying run reached in the later innings of a Mariners ball game, Gino?
I do, but for the sake of the Mariner fans listening, I don't think we should bring that up. Especially since we're still in this game currently.
Are we getting chirped right now?
I don't know what's happening.
Get some youngsters giving us a hard time. We're just trying to do our job. Pinch runner. That's John LeGrand coming into the game.
So John LeGrand replaces Logan Hughes over on first. John LeGrand, a rising senior from St. John's.
I think he's the best player so far this summer on the Bourne Braves. He had an off night tonight.
He can steal bases. 6 stolen bags this summer, ranks 3rd on the Cape. Keep an ear out for him. Throw back to first. Bilka must have heard me talking. LeGrand didn't even move. Braves dugout yelling out Bilka on the mound. First pitch, this one's crushed to deep left field. It just drops foul. Oh my goodness. You could hear the crack of the bat. Aloy thought that was going to be the tying shot. He walks back to home plate. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Takes a deep breath from the right side. Now approaches the plate. Bilka readies at the chest. The 0-1. Called strike 2. Low fastball.
This game has gone from 0 to 100 real quick after that one.
You can feel the tension here from Dorn Park. Aloy 0 for 3 on the day. They check on the runner at first. LeGrand back diving.
Bilka's got to stop worrying about LeGrand. You got a 2-run advantage here.
Bilka comes home. Fouled off. Aloy, a rising junior from Arkansas. In his second game in a Braves uniform. Has just a hit on the young summer. The 0-2. LeGrand takes off for second. This one's flub foul.
The last thing I would give Aloy ahead 0-2 in this situation is a center cut fastball. If you want to go upstairs with it, if you want to go off speed in the dirt, try and make him chase, maybe creep in on him around the knees, but nothing over the heart of the plate.
The 0-2 to the All-SEC, and he got him swinging. Bilka takes a big, deep breath.
Now batting from Wake
A
Forest,
huge
number
sigh
23,
of
Caden
relief.
Lewis.
2 away with LeGrand on first. And out comes Cade Lewis from the left side. First strikeout of the day for Bilka. He comes home. Called a strike. Lewis doubled in his last at-bat. Was stranded on third back in the 7th inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
The changing of speeds from Bilka, that's what's worked for him. You speed him up, then you shut him down. He got him with the off speed to get Aloy swinging, and now quickly gets ahead 0-2 with the first pitch fastball and then to the breaking ball downstairs.
A low pitch as well. Got Lewis swinging in the dirt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's how we end the ball game here at Bourne Park.
Fans, we ask that you please
Bilka comes off the mound with a big smile on his face as he gives a high five to his catcher, Matt Conti, and the Mariners snap a 3-game losing streak on the road heading into the off day tomorrow. The Mariners take down the Braves 2-0. Luke, this has got to be one of the most complete games we have seen from the Mariners this summer. A game where the offense, would you have liked to see them score a few more runs? Absolutely. But they got on, they had some hits, and their defense and their pitching really was the difference in today's game.
A gutty win, and that's what it takes to get out of a 3-game skid. A gutty win. Your back's against the wall. The offense continues to struggle, but how can you fight your way out of the hole? And they didn't do it by hitting a million home runs. They didn't do it by getting everybody involved, but timely hitting Kennedy a massive home run to start the 9th inning to give him a 2-run lead. It was 3 pitchers, each going 3 innings, but I want to take you back to Troy Dressler. The Wake Forest kid went 3 innings to start of no-hit baseball and really set the tone in this ball game. And the Mariners rallied behind him, and that's how you end a winning streak. We're back to 500 in Harwich.
All the pitchers tonight for the Mariners were really solid on the mound. Troy Dressler, Matthew Heiberger, and ending with Ryan Bilka. 2 strikeouts from Bilka. And the Mariners will take the 2-0 win heading into the off day tomorrow. Back to 500. You talked about it, Luke. And this was a big win. Still early in the summer, but a win to help get the ship back even. That will do it for us here at Bourne Park. For our producer, Max Stewart, my partner, Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino saying so long and have a good night, Mariner fans.